All right, friends, welcome in. This is the grand finals of the Droptimus Cup number 2. And this is going to be featuring, in the blue, playing the Vanguard faction, this is Refresh. He's been refreshing everybody's day today, and maybe he will also refresh msrm, playing in the red Infernal faction. Looking pretty cool, the red colors on the Infernal faction, if you don't mind that. It kind of adds that extra little demon flavor. I like it. And it looked like Mushroom, msrm, our hero today. He opened with a shrine and then his 2 production buildings. Whereas Refresh, our other hero today, I'm not playing favorites. Refresh has been playing an amazing series today. He opened with his command post first and now into the racks. This looks very similar to the build he was doing previously in his Vanguard vs. Vanguard matches that I caught. Actually, I've cast a few of Refresh's matches today. And he has been opening command post first in most of them. And what do we got from the Mushroom? Straight into another base. I was wondering if that effigy hit it. Didn't quite look. And we saw that when the new effigy popped that we did get the animation here showing that it was accelerated. So, and of course msrm knows what he's doing. Even on these maps, which are, you know, if you don't follow regular, these are custom maps made by our community, right? And so this is the newest custom map, actually. This is Magma Chamber with all the cool magma underneath there. But even these new maps, I'm certain that msrm has played practice games on them. He regularly will hang out with Grimmy, and the map maker Matt is also often in on this. They'll make a lobby, go play these games, both to help Matt practice the maps out, but also, hey, tournaments get played on these maps, and when you play the tournament, you don't want to be learning the map. You want to already have strategies and have a feel for what's my expansion pattern, what's the expansion pattern of my opponent going to be like, how do I, in this case, like, you know, what's the run distance to go to this wellspring? Do I have time to go there and heal up?
Detected.
Things like that.
A Stormgate will activate soon.
And it's not like you really think about these things actively all the time. It's just that you start to get a game sense behind them. You know you have enough time to do this. You know that this feels like a safe expansion pattern or a not safe expansion pattern. Very curious play here from msrm, who's going to start with a Tribute Pyre in behind here. That gives him the Shroud. I haven't been checking his upgrades to see if he's got his soul brand chakrams. Is that what it's called? Yes, he does have them. But the Tribute Pyre also allows him to drop the effigy. And that is going to be permanent now. And on a map like Magma Chamber, where there is only a single, there's 2 Stormgates, it's not a single Stormgate. That single Stormgate is almost not good design, we've decided almost as a community here. We're experimenting with the number of Stormgates. Frost Giant gave us 5 in the ladder map. Holy, this battle, okay, didn't quite go the way that msrm wanted. He's heading home with his creeping horror. But Refresh was able to battle back. More reinforcements show up for msrm, and he pushes forward again. He kind of wants to continue this battle on the creep, where his Soulbrand Chakrams are going to give him that extra bonus. For a second there, it looked like he was going to take out the flak cannon, which was a buzzsaw. I know it wasn't. It was just a standard sentry post before. But he wasn't able to take it out, and it got fully healed back up. So now both of them have little defensive roosts by this Stormgate. And, oh, curious. See how fast those gaunts are moving? That's because they got Reaper's Rush on. And they're like, fine, I'm going to come in the back and make a bunch of Phantoms out of your servos. It's basically like a drop. Oh, lovely pickoffs here. He doesn't want to get too far forward because that flat cannon can be pretty punishing. I think he maybe overstayed his welcome just a little bit there. But it was a really nice push in. Killed off some servos. Hellborn added now. That's going to help against the static key. But yeah, I don't know if I want to like charge into that static D necessarily. Instead, it's Refresh that's poking forward, and that's going to give msrm the chance to run forward. He does kill a lot of Exos there. Gaunt's also going down as the Flat Cannon's kind of just getting free shots off. Flat Cannon's gone. And this position was broke. The 3 Hellborn there really helped out. There's another Flat Cannon. Can the Hellborn take it out? It's also going to be retreated from. So Refresh kind of sees writing on the wall here. And instead of fighting against this, is retreating back and trying to regroup and get to a better position. This is an example where he might want to, as the units of msrm are spread out, he comes forward. He actually overcharges his servos and decides, I'm going for everything here. I'm trying to clean out those Hellborn. Those are expensive Hellborn. If I can get them, I might be able to turn the tide here. And once again, wow, amazing play. So there's Hellborn in retreat, but they're not going to be able to get back. Once you're retreating as Hellborn like this, it's too late. There's almost no way to get away. Come back to the Tribute Pyre here. There are some reinforcements. Gaunt's trying to help, and Refresh stops to take out the Tribute Pyre and lets those Hellborn get back. So actually, they do get away. Meanwhile, Refresh has, msrm has sent some of his units over here to start contesting the Stormgate. And he might get away with that uncontested as Refresh has regrouped to basically rebuild some production. Refresh did lose mostly static D, I think, in that push. But also had to pull the boys for a moment. This was really cool. He's able to push them back, going for the Hellborn. I think the main purpose of those Exos there were mostly just to push the units back off the Stormgate, which they did. And now they're going to rush forward with another huge system shock. Get on top. I thought they were going to just go for the Hellborn, but they're like, no, I'll just clear the front line, and then the Hellborn are easy pickings after that. We hear the cool sounds of the Hellborns dying. Always a cool sound to hear when you are playing against Infernal. Always a terrible sound to hear when you're playing Infernal. You know that's a lot of money going down the drain when you hear a Hellborn pop. What an interesting little battle there that turned out to be a stalemate on the Stormgate. And a lot of Hellborn from msrm. And he's got a dropship out, so he's going to go with some drop play. I don't know if that's just going to be for in the moment, like dropping some mags on the back line kind of stuff, or if he's going to try and pick up. Looks like he did pick up a load of Gaunts plus a single Hexen, probably for Necrotic Hex Field. Let's see what happens. Well, no Necrotic Hex Field to start out, just some... Nothing really happened there, actually. And what was that? Oh, a sensor drone up here. Sending the dropship around, seeing if he can get some traction in the back. Look at this, already pulled, already building a sentry post. Gonna drop down. Nope. Overcharge was already... He just retreats. Full retreat as the army is now looking for it. Where did the dropship go?
Dimensional rift detected. A
Oh, they
Stormgate
catch
will
it.
activate
Oh! That's rough. That's rough loss there. Pretty much 0 damage done and fully sacrificed. Now this base, just as the tribute pyre comes up, do we get a cancel on it?
A Stormgate has appeared.
No cancel. This is msrm's chance here. He wants to try and defend. He's got a 5th base, but wait a second. Oh, these are just sentry drones over here. Why is there 3? That's kind of weird. Huge Hellborns. A little bit of overkill there from the Hellborns, unfortunately. So we found where the army of msrm is. He's not sitting on nothing. It's almost all Hellborn. Plus, he's got a bunch of Hexen, which are going to help with the Necrotic Hex Field, which is one of the standard answers to Bio play like this. We got a bombing run, which splits the Hellborn in half. Most of them still stay alive, though. Necrotic Hex Field. Hellborn trapped on the ramp. This is never good. You got to push up the ramp so that everything's attacking. And, yeah, kite. Hellborn are slow, but you can kind of kite in or move in. Move attack until you're all in position like this. The Bio is kind of defeated by their own SimCity right now, which is they can't get on top of the Hellborn like they want to. Instead, it looks like Refresh is thinking maybe if I go for the Stormgate, I'll get something good out of it. And also, wow, this is a potential for a really nice sort of flanking concave play. Oh, just charging in through the Hex Fields, on top of the Hellborn, ripping through that force. Wow, just absolutely tearing through it. Flame Imp's trying to get to the front line. What do we get here? It is a Dark Throne. Is it going to survive? Oh, buddy! He's at 3 hit points. Dark Throne at 3 hit points. Manages to get away. Oh, yikes. Okay, a huge swing in fortune there. I mean, I don't think msrm was, like, winning. He was definitely threatening, tore through a base just with his Hellborn. And then next thing you knew, his Hellborn were gone. Oh! No! No, the Dark Throne! Oh, and it had 3 hit points, needed an escort. Trying to go for that base and it got taken out. Oh, that's just, oh, it's sad to see. But here Refresh is like, alright, I'm going to fight gremlins all day because that's all that's over here, a ton of gremlins. Like focus pyres. Meanwhile, these guys have gone to take out some of those pyres that caused so much trouble with the Dark Throne. Why did he retreat? He just saw so many pyres and decided no, like, they're kind of wimpy buildings.
A Stormgate will activate soon.
This path here, so these paths are blocked by rocks until you break them down, which is the path between the 2 Stormgates. Alright, msrm's back at it. He hopes that he can get in here. He's still got some important units like the Hexens for their Necrotic Hex Field. Another bombing run, kind of dodged. Flame Imps going in. We see a ton of the Exo survival protocols, keeping them alive, despite taking Flaming Imps to the face. We got some Necrotic Hex Fields on the ground. Atlas is in the back trying to help out with the Hellborn. All the bio is very low, and it's starting to bulk together, which is not great against the Hex Fields. And we're in a little bit of a tug of war here. We've seen Refresh do this in the past. But no, he's going to push forward and be like, let me snipe Hellborn. Here comes some more bombing runs. Dodge. Nice dodges from msrm. I don't even know how you dodge bombing runs, but he does. But the bio goes up and chews through a number of more Hexen. And it looks like half of his force for refresh has also been fighting the Stormgate, so he does capture the Stormgate. A lot of Shadow Flyers just going down there as well. What do we get? What's that, double power stone? Yeah. Oops. And what do we get? A daddy tank. Papa tank. Did we get another? We had 2 power stones. Oh, some more flaming imps coming in. Oh! That survival protocol is so anticlimactic on those flaming imps. You got these great suicide units and then everything survives. It's just kind of not cool. Of course, flaming imps are considered to be a little bit OP right now. Okay, msrm coming in from the left-hand side. Once again, very small front line for his... There's a Magmadon finally. That's what I mean by the front line. You need brutes and mags in there too. Hellborn getting trapped back here. That's never a good place for them to be in. Flaming Imps running forward, but we had a pre-split. Dragon finally showing up above. Usually the bread and butter of msrm, but showing up very late in this game, just partly due to the changes to the dragon and the release patch. Nice tramples there from the Magmadon, and the Magmadon stays up. But it looks like we got some pretty nice healing going down for the Atlases, keeping them alive. Is Refresh gonna do this? I thought, oh, nice flaming imps, but no. Not enough. I think Refresh might be able to do this here.
A Stormgate will activate soon.
More Shadow Flyers showing up, but the Hurricanes have already been taken care of. It's now a ground army that msrm really needs to deal with, and this is a hard one to face. Atlas support behind your Exos. You need a lot of units. More flaming imps trying to get a nice impact. Again, survival protocol making half the Exos basically stay alive. The medtechs behind them mean that they can just heal up right after that, and they're ready for another barrage of flame imps coming up. We have a single Exo here. Oh, poor guy goes down. More flaming impacts. More Hellborn attacks. Ay. Necrotic Hexfield. So msrm tries to make another little stand there, but Refresh is just so resilient. Meanwhile, he's also taking out this Stormgate. I didn't realize we're on Stormgate number 5, I think 6 maybe. And msrm is trying to hang in here, but I think we're seeing a pretty classic msrm late game here, which is at 1/3 supply and sacrificing flame imps after flame imps in here. These are unfortunately just not getting good contact with the flame imps. And as I mentioned already, that means that these Exos and anyone that was impacted get healed up really quickly by the med techs. And oh, there's a deep one showing up, and that's a GG from msrm in game number 1. Alright, we're in game number 2. Let's see if we get another banger out of them like we did in that last one. Playing on Short Circuit, one of my favorite of the new maps. There are lots of really cool new maps. And who are our opponents here? This is Refresh, once again, playing blue. And his opponent, msrm, in the red. And just doing a quick build order check, we got the same opening here from Refresh into the barracks there, yeah. And we had, actually, I wasn't fully following there. I think it was a shrine first into the Vault Conclave. That's what it looks like here. Standard openings, I'd say, for sure. And both these players are They've played lots of games, and they learn a particular style and build, and they're particularly good at it. Now, that's not to say that they do the same thing every single game. Refresh's opening has been the same every game, but Refresh hasn't played the same game every time. And same thing with msrm. He actually is more likely to have a varied opening. His style, he can be very creative with how he plays. In fact, there are a few features of the meta that are actually kind of named after him or known to have been created by him, including what is known as the Mushroom Shrine, where you build a shrine next to your Therium to gather sometimes your first shrine. That's where it was first called the Mushroom Shrine, and had a more pejorative name that I will not repeat. No one needs to hear that kind of language. Refresh doing the old effigy snipe trick. Didn't slow down, only a few seconds slow down there. But we saw Jay do that early on today, which I think that is a good move for you if you're a Vanguard player. If you think your opponent's going that fast third, you might be able to snipe that effigy and slow down that building. That might just get you a little bit ahead. Once again, the way Refresh is playing is, dare I say, refreshing, because I feel like I've seen other Vanguard players in this position where they're maybe down 2 base to 3 early on.
Dimensional rift detected. A Stormgate will activate soon.
Kind of quickly rushing out and grabbing that third to be like, I need to be on the bases. But what Refresh has been showing us throughout almost all his matches, even in the mirror sometimes, that being behind one base doesn't bother him very much. He's just got his own timing for bases, and like when I'm ready to get a base, I'll get one. In the meantime, I'll get some units out. Up to 4 racks, for instance. And for right now, he's taking out this Stormgate with nobody coming to stop him. msrm is looking for a 4th base instead. Has a forward conclave. Wait a second. We got 3 conclaves here. This is what I'm talking about, creative play from msrm. He's saying Gaunts are the way to go today. We're going to see a lot of Gaunts. Now, Bio showing up right away with the Stormgate win. What do we got here? Soul Forge. That's curious. What do we get? Extra Exos. Okay, there's only 2 choices there, Exos or Lancers. You notice you get 2 of them, because they're lower supply. If you use that Soul Forge on lower supply, you get extra bonus units. But just trying to straight up do, like, I've got a bio push. I got an early bio push, and I'm going to move in and see what I can do. You're on a 4th base. Maybe I can cancel it. Maybe I can kill it. Maybe I can kill a bunch of brutes and chase your Gaunts down. That's what we're seeing. Now, we see that msrm was able to, like, pump a lot of Gaunts out. I don't think he had as much out until he saw the push coming. And that's because he just pre-built the conclaves there and then let them build up some charges before he pumped out a bunch of Gaunts. And that's what's allowed him to put on a defense here. And a defense he seems to manage to have pulled together. Lost a Tribute Pyre and got a lot of damage taken on his shrine here. But ultimately, I'm not sure if he got. I mean, he killed a lot of units too. So, in the army for army value sacrifice, that was probably definitely worth it. And let's be honest here, Refresh is really good at this game, and he certainly didn't take losses there. Heals up in the Wellspring. Has moved up to a 4th base here, but again, kind of patient timing. We're seeing, what's this, another, oh, a vault here. I thought it was another conclave. I'm like, we just got a ton of conclaves, but we've been adding vaults, it looks like, since then. Interesting choice for a Refresh right now, splitting off just a small group. and then sending the rest of his units around on the right-hand side. So his small group here is like, I'm going to harass, I'm going to lure the army away from what I really want to do. I'm just going to run away. Look at how useless and helpless I am. Please chase me with all your Hellborn. While his real strike force is kind of derping out there.
A Stormgate
but
will
did you
activate
see?
soon.
That must have been a Hellspawn Resurgence. Or maybe just a fully loaded Conclave, because we saw a bunch of Gaunts pop out there, which actually saved the day and defended. They all lost their lives, but they saved the Conclave. And now we have these
A
units.
Stormgate has appeared.
It's because the other one showed up on the left. msrm ain't no chump, ain't no fool. And he's like, I know how to split my army too. But then Refresh said, yeah, but can you split your army into 3? Ha 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 ha. It's like the Princess Bride. I can split my army too. Yes, but can you split your army into 3? Hellborn. Lots of Hellborn here again. Now I wonder, Hellborn are really good. They got that great single unit damage. But we saw the last game them kind of get chewed up a bit by the bio. These Exos are going to die. But that's a lot of bio right there. And if this is the bulk of what msrm has right now, he's got some more. There we go. He's got some more down here, but it's still a lot of Hellborn. Hexen picked up. Looks like he is going to go for a patented drop from msrm. He does like his drop play. He does have a tendency of flying his drop through the middle of the map. Refresh is going for the Stormgate and gets it easily with his Exos that put out a lot of DPS. See what he pops. Some Void Prowlers. We do have the drop arriving in the base here. We also get the drop on the high ground, but we do get good reaction on both here. Meanwhile, on the bottom of the map, we have this force from Refresh trying to put some damage in, while there is the Void Prowlers over here. They found some gremlins, that's it. How's the drop doing? Looks like not well. Everything's teleporting home, including the Hexens. They're like, we don't need to get in the dropship to get home. I honestly forgot they had that skill. And, oh, wow, this is not what you like to see. Oh, actually, I was going to say the Hellborn here are now unprotected, but there's just so many of them. There's like 12. And they were able to really murder the Exos fast. So that was an interesting sort of trade of attacks. I think msrm kind of did alright there. Defended. While also, it wasn't clear how much damage he did with his drop. Probably not that much, but was able to get away with some of his units. And here they show up again, the Hexen on the left.
Dimensional rift detected.
They kind of dropped themselves right into the worst spot. They did put down, and oh, it's because the reinforcement line's coming up the center here. And when you're playing Vanguard, if you see this, that's when you do want to be like, I'm just going to run into your reinforcements. I'd rather just fight them.
A Stormgate has appeared.
And we see msrm basically trying to regroup his units into one ball. He has a bunch of Hellborn up here. Oh no! These Hellborn will become victims, looks like. Oh, after the bombing run, softens them up. Stormgate does get won by msrm, it appears. What's he gonna get? Oh. What was that? Stormcaller? Power Stone? Administrator, did it die? Must have died. Really cool engage here. Hellborn, like, that's a sick concave. If they had any kind of front line, that would really help out. But when you have a concave like that, it does make it harder for the opponent to kind of, you know, rush forward and kill all your units. Nonetheless, Refresh is getting the upper hand here and is chasing those Hellborn back. Magmadon shows up with some brutes. Now we have a front line. Sadly, right after we lost the back line. Hurricanes in the air. 2 hurricanes. And base-wise, we're still fairly even. Fairly even. And supply-wise, not so even. There's another little scout farm over here. It's just a nice way. You could send a unit over there, but that's basically the same cost. It's like having an imp or having a brute there, say. Even a fiend costs you some money usually. So Infernal players have started putting tribute pyres out there, because tribute pyres come with gremlins, and gremlins at least are little baddies that you gotta fight off. Adds a little delay. So like the most cost-effective thing you can be putting out there is a tribute pyre. Hellborn and a brute pop out here. The brute goes down. Hellborn tries to pop back. Meanwhile, there's another battle going on over here. This is the full army. Atlas is on the high ground. We saw some necrotic hex fields from the Hexens. But this little skirmish over here, I really like how Refresh has been committing to this two-pronged attack. More necrotic hex fields do a really good job there, but this base has been denied over here. Oh, a couple great lashes come in and get the Atlases. More hurricane bombing runs, not super great. Hex fields definitely keeping the bio at bay. And the helicarrier, or the hurricane above, got an nanoswarm on it. Oh, so many shadow flyers. Wow. That was a ton of shadow flyers, but it took that many shadow flyers to take it out. The Exos here, once again, survival protocol, making sure that a lot of them stay alive and are able to take out the brutes, or I mean the Hellborn. Great job. Refresh has also been slowly just chipping away over here. Added some tanks to this army. Like, Refresh skill and control at using both his armies are just amazing. Like, my best is able to like grab some units and move them over to one part while I go back to control my other ones, whereas he's microing both sides. And we see, like, as msrm has moved over here and says, fine, I'm gonna come over here and fight you over here, that's when this army's already like, I've already cleaned out this other base, bro. And msrm doing his best. Like, he's no slouch, right? msrm is one of the strongest Infernal players out there, taking out Snogstar, who's one of the other strongest Infernal players out there today. So he's already shown his skill to reach the finals here, only to be sort of toyed with this two-pronged attack. And again, when you're in this position, I've been in it before, you think, well, I've got my all army in a ball, so if I go and attack one of your prongs, I should outnumber your army. But here he is. This is how hard it is against the Vanguard. Is that they can do this, and they're so sort of resilient that sometimes now you're losing your whole army against just half of their army, and the rest of their army's killing your base. And once again, reinforcements have shown up over here to make this army really robust. But that gives this army enough time to go kill another base. More Flame On Imps. This Atlas is probably going to go down. But the whole point, Refresh is like, fine, follow me. I've got 3 Exos here. Follow my 3 Exos all the way back to the Wellspring. Because where are my 20 Exos and 20 Lancers and Hurricane killing all your stuff? Wow, at this moment, Refresh is max. And wow, he totally lured them in there. He's like, follow my army to my other army. We get a GG from msrm in game number 2. Okay, we're back at it. This is the third match between these two. Spawning in the blue this time. This is msrm. His opponent showing us some amazing control as a Vanguard player. This is Refresh. And if it ain't broke, they say don't fix it. So why not just send your 4 workers like you did the last several matches we watched. And I predict that one of these workers will stop and build a racks. Maybe right as soon as he has enough money to do so. We'll see. No. So I guess he changes things up every so often. No racks at all, actually. Instead, workers on Therium. Here we go. Now there we get our rack. So, interesting. And what's going on over the other side for the Mushroom Man? Do you know the Mushroom Man, the Mushroom Man, the Mushroom Man? Yes, I know the Mushroom Man, and he's got a shrine first into Vault Conclave. Third shrine on the way. This is very much the same as what we've seen out of Mushroom the last 2 times. Now, of course, in these first 2 games, we have not seen like an early rush push end the game or make serious damage. So there's no real reason why either of these players should adjust their like early game opening. There's only, you know, unless you're planning some early game harassment play, you don't really need to. If you're planning to play a macro style, then so far the games have been won and lost in the late game, not in the early game. So that's not usually an indication that you need to change that now. Are you going to change your composition? Maybe. Are you going to change your build a bit because you're changing your composition? Also possible. Of course, depending on the faction you play, etc. We are maybe already seeing a little difference as it's a Lancer and a Hedgehog showing up here. Still going for that effigy, but late. That base is already up, so the effigy kill here is not as productive. In fact, killing both those effigies is kind of limited productivity. It does give you a moral victory. You're like, I killed your stuff. Because it's also a moral defeat. Which is like, oh, now I don't have Shroud there, and I was painting a pretty Shroud picture.
A Stormgate will activate soon.
Really nice control from msrm there to pull back his gaunts. He did a little mini split on them, and he kept all but one alive. So well done. And the point of that Lancer and Hedgehog harass was the Lancers get on top of the gaunts. Hedgehogs do the rest of the normal kiting. So the Stormgate starts getting taken by Refresh, but as msrm's units show up, yeah, he retreats, at least to his side. He's been a big tug-of-war fan so far today. But I don't think msrm's going to let him stick around and play tug-of-war with him with that many gaunts. Wow, another gaunt goes down. Really nice snipe there. One Hedgehog versus 2 gaunts. Who wins that? Apparently the Hedgehog does. A couple good snipes going the other way. msrm still might get the Stormgate here. Refresh has gone all the way back home. So Stormgate goes to msrm. He has also put down a Tribute Pyre here and popping out a Soul Forge. What's he going to do with it? Hellborn. That's my guess, because he likes Hellborn. Yep, pops out another Hellborn. Giving him that little supply lead there, so almost all in Hellborn. The Hellborn will help again with their high damage. So that when they get their shots off on those hedgehogs, they have a higher chance of actually killing them. So the hedgehogs don't get away to heal up and preserve themselves, which is what you want to do with your hedgehogs. And wait a second, msrm kind of pulled forward there a bit, and Refresh also jumped on him, hoping he could get a kill, and he did kill one of the Hellborn. That actually was a really big kill, even though it's only one unit down. It looked like msrm was trying to get a push going on here, which indeed he's starting here. You gotta shrine real quick. Or not shrine, tribute fire. That gives him the shroud there, so that phantoms are popping up. A lot of servos went down. This is actually looking pretty strong here for msrm for the moment. If he can manage to get a few more hedgehog kills, this could turn into a winning opportunity here. But no, he's pulled back, letting his gaunts just heal a bit. Remember, while they just sit on the shroud there, they're healing up. Goes for the Repair-O-Matic. Good job there. That's going to take away some of the resiliency of the hedgehogs. Another one gets sniped as it got lashed in. Another hedgehog, oh, so low, so weak, but doesn't get killed.
Dimensional rift detected. A Stormgate will activate soon.
The curse actually got that weak one, and a phantom popped out. Easily picked off by the hedgehog friends. Where are the reinforcements here, my friend msrm? Because you're starting to lose a lot of your units. That last Hellborn goes down, or actually one of two. A new Hellborn had shown up. Another one showing up just at the bottom of the screen there. But still, the hedgehogs are pushing forward. There are the gaunts. That's what we needed. More gaunts. We need a lot more gaunts. But even though they're squishy, the gaunts are the front line here. There's not been a lot of brutes added in this match. And he's trying his best to try and get this traction. Refresh back on his heels, but still defending fairly well. In a way that he might still be able to pull himself out of this. And that's partly because msrm is committed to this so harsh that in moments like this, when he gets a little bit overextended, he has to pull back. And in those moments, Refresh has the opportunity to maybe get a few extra kills and pull his way forward. But he will call GG in game number 3. Alright, we're in it. This is it. This is game number 4. We're playing this one on Emberfrost. Once again, this is msrm. His opponent, one of the best vanguards out there, this is Refresh. Also, at least at the beginning of this latter season, one of the best Celestials and Infernals. At one point, Refresh had 1, 2, and 3, the first, second, and third spots on the ladder as all 3 factions. And only, I think, because he didn't try and play and maintain that, did he slip out of those positions. And he's already offed today some of the other players who have also occupied those positions. So he's shown us that he's a very strong player. Apparently prefers the Vanguard faction, has been playing the Vanguard faction all day today in this tournament. And opening with a pretty similar build to the earlier games. I mentioned again, we're playing on Emberfrost. Another matte classic. Instant classic. With the frosty northwest corner. Where really our Infernal player shouldn't be. The Infernal player should be down here in the burning embers of the Infernal side. I don't know, this is the volcanic side. Ooh, flames, rah. The ice side should be where the Vanguard has to go. They have to wear their parkas. Not these poor imps. Made to slave away basically naked in the frigid north. Oh my goodness. What a terrible, terrible faction this must be to force their imps to work under those conditions. Someone write a letter. One thing we've been seeing in these games, now that I'm done my imp roleplay, is that msrm has been, as we've seen with some of the other Infernal players, opening with the early ritual chamber, not the Hellforge. Even when he's not focusing on gaunts, he's been doing this as well as some of the other Infernal players. And I think that's because the Soul Brand Chakrams is really important for your gaunts to make them enjoy their full value. What we saw there was to keep that alive, he turned it into a tribute pyre, but then once he was safe, he canceled that and put him back to farming. Nice little trick
Dimensional
you can
rift
do.
detected. A Stormgate will activate soon.
It's mostly an Infernal trick, which also inherits from the Zerg, who have a similar building style. Which is, since you sacrifice your builder to build the building, if your builder is low
A Stormgate has appeared.
health, then when you sacrifice them to become a building, they are no longer vulnerable. And of course, when you cancel it, they come back. They usually come back at the same health, which means you want to wait until they're safe. It's a little trick you learn if you play the Infernal, or if you've ever wondered why you see folks do that, what they do. So the Stormgate got taken out, but Refresh had sent his Lancers over here, and not sure, did they get some kills? A few things look like they died there, maybe a couple gaunts. But it's Faerun and Bruce and Gaunts coming over here. FG pops so that the Soulbrand Chakrams can get some Phantoms. But there's a whole bunch of Exos here. That seems like it's enough Exos to me. Especially with some overcharged servos joining the ranks too. I think the Exos think the same thing, which is, maybe I can chase you all the way home and murder you to death. That is always a fun strategy if you can carry it out. But they do get caught up on the tribute pyre there, but at the same time, Lancers come in on the back, trying to get on top of the Gaunts, and the front line got deleted, and so now we hear a Hellborn, so maybe the chase you to your base and you'll die thing was accurate, although Refresh chooses not to do that particular strategy. Perhaps following the more conservative strategy of, well, I'm ahead, so why don't I throw away my whole army in a foolish push. I wonder if it's that kind of mentality that got him out of gold, because it's that kind of mentality that keeps me in gold, is being like, I'm winning a move, I must be better. Nope. But even here, with his more conservative play, this is interesting. Going to check that base. Didn't spend that extra second in the Wellspring. Just checking bases and going home. Very, very curious. Now there is this maxim that I mentioned sometimes, which is that when you do something like that, you scout a base here, which seemed a little bit strange for me. He was scouting because he had already put his own base down over here. So if you happen to see your opponent scouting your third when you don't have a third, or your fourth when you don't have a fourth, you might be concluding that they have a third or a fourth. And what's curious is just the way the psychology works, is it's often in the position they're scouting. So if they're scouting that one position, that might be the position where they've built it on the opposite side of the map.
Dimensional Stormgate will activate soon.
So Refresh pushes up here. msrm has a Magmadon, which is kind of a threat to the Bioforce. The Bioforce is a speedy force, and they just retreat. Stormgate up in the top right.
Has appeared.
There's some mines there. Somehow that Lancer dodged all 3 mines. And Refresh is going for the Stormgate in the top right. msrm chilling and hanging back here. Once again going for the Hexen for their Necrotic Hex Field. Oh, not even going for the Stormgate. Refresh is like, I beat you last time this way. So I'm just gonna 2-prong you until you're whittled into nothing. Oh, yikes. Nice system shock. And, of course, this base down. Full army. Chasing again the half hit squad over here. Hit squad's got some system shocking medtech, so can get away. Regrouping with a few more units here. To make this army more resilient, but still, it's the full army here. Chasing Refresh all the way down. Well, meanwhile, Refresh has a strike force. Actually, there's a nice little defense force up there from msrm as well. And now it's msrm's chance to be like, I'm going to split off some of my units, and I'm going to give you a taste of your own medicine. Boom. Curses. And how about that? Some phantoms over here. More necrotic hex fields. The research was still going on as he was marching across the map there. Oh, nice defensive necrotic hex fields there to keep those other units off. Oh, both sides doing a pretty good job. Reinforcing gaunts really clutch here for msrm. Coming in. Oh, wow. Actually, really good for both players here. That could have gone either way. And, did he kill this base? I think he did. Refresh had a chance to do a real sick flank there and catch a lot of units out of position, but also reinforcements showing up just in time for msrm, and both of them moving their armies so they didn't get caught in vulnerable positions. Really good play there. This is not as awesome, I don't feel, for either. It's feeling more awkward. And I don't think this works in msrm's favor, the awkwardness. He might be able to get some... Oh no. Oh no. What happened there? Am I lagging? Maybe I'm lagging out. Oh gee, I lagged out. Yep, it was me. My bad there. What happened? It looked like Refresh 1. Rough. What a terrible time to have a huge leg spike like that. My bad, everybody. Hopefully the players didn't have a leg spike there. I doubt it.
A Stormgate will activate
because
soon.
if they had a leg spike there, they would have already been like, what the X? And they didn't say that. So that was just me. My bad. My internet's Fisher Price. I should upgrade it. I'm kidding. I have really good internet.
Has appeared.
But I live in America where we don't have a lot of choice, so. Enough about that. More about Exos. So that must have been a pretty good... Like I said, that didn't look like it was in the favor of msrm because of the split units. Especially the way Refresh has been putting on a clinic of like, I can split my army into 3 prongs and really, really control all 3 prongs well. What he's also been good at doing is kind of knowing how many and what kinds of units to split off. At the moment, though, he's unable to kind of stop msrm from taking this Stormgate. Here he, once again, is 2-pronged it. This is, like, he couldn't just walk down the ramp because of the hex field, so he's like, let me 2-prong it. What's that? Oh my goodness, we got sticky bombs? I can't even see the Gravens. There they are, up at the top right there. We've got Gravens at it. I haven't seen those in patches. Patches and patches. I almost called them ghosts because I'm like, what are those things? Really cool and curious. Refresh finally being like, I got secret tech. That's what we used to call this back in the day. Back in my day, kids. We used to call it secret tech. Which is right. You pull your off meta stuff or you do your tech switch. You win the game with your secret tech. And then where's that secret tech going? It's going up here. The sensor drone up here just popped out. Secret tech chilling. Shadow flyers flying. Oh, shadow flyers are secret tech too because they can see. Graven want to do their little graveny thing, but they want to find a full shrine. They're gonna do it. Junk, junk, junk. There they go. They threw their bombs on. Boom. Bye bye. Teleport away. Turn into ghosts. Meanwhile, Refresh wants to win this in style, does not want to lose it in style, so does not want to stand in the necrotic hex fields. But, oh, he's like, let me show you my two-prong madness. It's all about the Gravens. Meanwhile, army in the base. Basically two-pronging it. Turned into a giant concave on both sides. What happened to those gravy babies? Gravy babies. You heard it here first, folks. Home of the gravy babies. They died, by the way. That's what happened to them. But that's okay. That's what they were there for. A nice, cheap sacrifice. Oh, so much death and destruction going on over here. Another base going down. msrm. What a clinic that has been put on. He did have that one good game. I'm glad he won that game to prove that he's on this level. But Refresh has just shown us time and time again what a crazy control he has. He's got 4 or 5 different army groups going on right now.
A Stormgate has appeared.
Stormgate. Is that what this game is about? I don't think so. It's about killing buildings of your opponent. That's what everyone's dealing with here. Although if I was Refresh, I'm not surprised if he's just going to send some of his units. Yeah, he's like, I've got a tank killing the Stormgate too. It was all part of my plan. Nice last-ditch effort here for msrm. He does get some nice kills. Whittles down this force quite a bit, but not enough to end it. There's still a force in the main. msrm has a few units left. Wow, the Atlases take out those Gons all in one shot. Magmadons get on top, but unable. They don't got their stuns yet, and they're just not going to be able to do it here. They get cleaned up very easy, and GG from msrm.